Welcome to today's VistaPoints podcast, Choose Your Path, where the VistaPoints staff are committed to improving the quality of life for people of any age who are living with a physical, mental, or intellectual disability. I'm Bart, your podcast host. Today I have the opportunity to interview Dottie Lyvers, the director of the Knoxville, Knox County Community Action Committee, Office on Aging. Wow, that's a long title. I don't know how you get it on a business card. Hello, Dottie. Thank you for being interviewed in our podcast. I'm sure you're going to share some interesting information on all the services the CAC offers to seniors in the Knox County area.
Hello, Bart, and thank you so much for having me on the podcast today.
I reviewed the Knox County CAC website. There's so many services offered there. It's really something special. How did you get started in this business?
Well, that's an excellent question. It started back in college when I started to take classes focused on gerontology, which is the study of aging. And it kind of spawned from there. I received my master's in gerontology and have worked my whole career looking or helping nonprofits and working in the nonprofit space, specifically with programs for older adults and families. So that has kind of been my passion over the years, and I've just continued that here at CAC Office on Aging.
That's interesting, Dottie. The Knox County CAC does so much in being a premier network in building communities, servicing families, and advocating opportunities for low-income people. I understand that the CAC promotes family self-sufficiency and independent living for low-income and other vulnerable people through caring and efficient delivery of needed services and the development of partnerships at all levels. When did the CAC become active?
CAC, which stands for the Community Action Committee, has been around since 1964. So we were started from the Knox County and City of Knoxville local governments. And the whole focus is for us to be kind of the social service arm of the City of Knoxville and Knox County. So we work to help provide services in the community for older adults, for families, for individuals, all ages from kind of birth to the end of life of helping individuals. And interestingly enough, the Office on Aging didn't get started until about 1975. So we came along a few years later. But in 1971 is actually when our mobile meals program started. So we've been around serving all ages here in Knoxville and Knox County areas.
Wow, that's half a century. That's great. One thing I like is the organization's pledge: make the promise, keep the promise, live the promise. How's this pledge carried out on a day-to-day basis?
We do that through so many different programs here and services. It's really kind of the core behind everything that we do here at CAC. For example, we help to support individuals in their home. So while we are helping all individuals, a lot of times we're helping those who may be homebound or frail or need more assistance than maybe someone else. Maybe they don't have family members, maybe don't have individuals to support them as they move through life situations. But that is kind of how we do it. We do it through kind of a comprehensive source and services, and we work together. Somebody might come to us looking for assistance for help with food, for example. And then we can connect them to maybe 5 or 6 different programs and services that'll support them and benefit them. So that's really how our mission is really carried out every day. And I want to give you an example of a client. It's actually a couple that we've helped through CAC. And there are thousands of individual stories that we could share. But there is a couple that was living in a hotel for more than 5 years. And they both had some mobility challenges. They were actually being exploited financially by someone that became close to them. And so our staff got involved and worked with them to help get them into a new hotel for a temporary basis, get them away from that individual that was financially exploiting them, and work to get them to qualify for programs that they could benefit from that'll help them as they move along their journey. We got them on TennCare. We helped to get them into permanent affordable housing, which was important. But, living in a hotel is certainly not an ideal situation, especially long term. Looking at getting them, we helped to get them furniture, helped the gentleman get an electric wheelchair, which he needed. So that was definitely a story that incorporated a lot of our programs here at CAC, and worked to make sure that we could support this couple and help get them in a safer location and have as good of a quality of life as possible.
Dottie, that's a great story, and I'm glad you shared it with us. Let me ask you, the CAC Office on Aging serves older adults, but at what age can someone qualify for assistance from the program?
That's a really good question, and I'm going to answer it as it varies by our program. Typically, a lot of our programs are the eligibility is 60 years of age and older. But for some of our programs, it is actually 50 years of age or older. So we really serve a number of individuals in the community. We offer more than 20 programs and services within the Office on Aging that support individuals and their families. And I'm going to give you kind of some broad strokes. It's hard to talk about all of our programs in great detail, but we support individuals in many different ways. For example, if people don't know where to turn, they can call our senior information and referral line and get connected to resources, ask questions, and also get connected to programs that'll help to save them money through our savings checkup program. We also help with providing assistance in the home through different programs such as our Senior Companion Program that'll support individuals who might need just a little bit of help in the home, some companionship to provide them assistance and help them to stay and age in place where they are. We also have some programs that focus on our really most vulnerable adults, and that is one of those examples is through our Rise Above Crime program. This is a program that is supported by case managers that help individuals 50 and over who may be exploited through different abuse, such as physical abuse, financial abuse, emotional abuse, or neglect. And we help to get them into a safe space. We may help them with housing, help them with just making sure that they are moving away from their abusive situation, whatever it might be. And a lot of times those are family members that are doing that, but sometimes they are not. So it involves a lot of tricky emotional situations, oftentimes with family members. And we also do it through some services and resources that we have. We have a senior service directory that we produce every 2 years and has a vast amount of information in it about local resources in the community that'll help someone no matter what kind of stage of life they're in, but certainly help to provide connection with services that may provide benefits or services to help that individual.
Wow, Dottie, I started going to the Sevier County Senior Center, and I'm enjoying it, the bingo games and the lunches and the camaraderie. But I think you have a place called O'Connor Senior Center. Can you tell me about that?
We do. Our O'Connor Senior Center, it's called the John T. O'Connor Senior Center, and it has been in existence for more than 60 years. And we offer a whole host of different programs and activities that go from definitely bingo. We do provide that. That is a very popular program that we have. But we also focus a lot on health and wellness type activities, such as exercise classes, help people get people moving, whether they may need to do that in a chair through chair exercise, or being able to be more mobile and move about the room. We do a lot of education programs, helping people, especially with health related topics, through our lunch and learn programs. And we do health screenings. We have daily blood pressure checks, blood glucose checks weekly, and we often do different screenings and host screenings at the building. We also do a lot of recreation. So bingo is one of those. We also have a billiards room. We have three billiards table where individuals can come and play pool anytime we're open, and we have a lot of people who do that. We have a ping pong table. We have cards and games. So it's really the gamut of what individuals are interested in doing. But we also do some more things such as language classes. We have German, French, Italian, and Spanish classes going on that are being taught. We have a band, we have a singing group, and we also have an acting troupe called the Silver Stage Players. So it's really a wide variety, things that go on within the building and also things that go on outside the building. We have a senior softball group, co-ed senior softball group, a walking group. We also have a greenhouse that's attached to our senior center. And there's a lot of activity that goes on around that, as far as plants, doing some education around that, and helping people to do that. And I will say that one of the most beneficial things that our center does is we have volunteer leaders who lead all of these things. So as staff, we're not as educated in how to teach French or Spanish or something like that, but it's really our volunteer leaders who are bringing all of these things and leading them all. So we really have a vast array of different programs at the center.
Gosh, it sounds like it, Dottie. It sounds more like a country club than a senior center. You know, Vista Points has many clients. They call them beneficiaries, but many of them can't get out to participate in senior center activities. Does the CAC offer a mobile meals program that delivers food to seniors?
We do. For more than 50 years, our community has had mobile meals, and that delivers homebound meals to homebound individuals 5 days a week. And these are hot meals delivered by more than 100 volunteers every day. And we always say it is more than a meal. It is a individual laying eyes on that older individual, making sure that they're safe, making sure that they have what they need, and reporting back any needs that that individual may report to the staff. We serve more than 1,100 individuals every day in our community, and really couldn't do that without the support of the community and our volunteers who are delivering those meals every day. I want to share a story about an individual that we've served through mobile meals. There's an individual, and I won't share his name, but he was referred to our agency by another organization because he was living alone, very homebound, not able to get out a lot, and doesn't have any family. And so we went out to the home, did an assessment with him, and talk to him about his needs. One of the needs definitely was food and nutritious food, and that's what our mobile meals program does. He was very low weight, taking a number of medications, and those two combinations of not having nutritious food and taking medications is not always good. Our body can't absorb the medications appropriately. We were able to provide 5 meals a week for the individual to help him. So he started off receiving meals, and then he was able to benefit from other programs that'll help him in his home and help him to thrive where he is at. So that is one of the most visible programs that we have is mobile meals, and one of the most crucial, especially making sure that people don't go hungry. We don't have a waiting list for that program thanks to the support of the community. And that is one of our goals and will continue to be our goals going forward.
That's great, Dottie. I bet these meals make a worthwhile difference in a senior's life. A little sidebar. We're talking about food. I recently learned a little bit about the Beardsley Community Farm. I hear the farm had a harvest festival on October 28th. It's my understanding they have community work days. I also became aware that there's a community work day on November 18th. Can you tell us a little bit about the farm?
Yes, Beardsley Farm is almost a little hidden gem here in Knox County. We support individuals really through urban agriculture development programs that are really aimed at a healthier community in Knoxville. So we do that by providing produce, providing accessible education, and providing land and resources for gardening. And we usually donate about 60,000 pounds of produce every year, and really 10,000 right from our farm on site. We do seed and seedling distribution, which is very important for somebody who may be wanting to plant that at their own home and be able to grow those items for their own sustainability. And we have community gardens. Volunteering is a great opportunity through Beardsley Farm. You're right, they do have community work days, and we do volunteer opportunities throughout the week as well. So people can sign up for a shift during the day or come to one of our group community work days to help support Beardsley Farm. One thing that we started a few years ago is a program in partnership with Beardsley Farm and our Mobile Meals Kitchen, and it is called Farm to Senior. And what we do is take the produce from Beardsley Farm Garden and take it directly into the food that we are preparing for our mobile meals. And so individuals are receiving that fresh produce as part of their meal and receiving that more nourishing, fresh produce that they don't probably always have an opportunity to get otherwise. So that is one thing with Beardsley Farm that has been a real great benefit to older individuals. But really everything that they do at Beardsley Farm is focused on helping the community and be healthier. And that's one of our goals, to help our older adults in the community be healthy for as long as possible.
Thanks, Dottie. I know I got us just a little off track talking about the farm, but it seems like such a great place and provides so much produce for people. Helping people, I know many seniors have difficulty not only having enough food, but finding affordable housing. And I heard something about Project Live. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes. This program, Project Live, which stands for Living Independently Through Volunteer Efforts, that's what the acronym stands for. It really helps individuals 60 years of age or older who are low income, and it assists them with securing and maintaining housing. And we do that through case management staff that will go out, do an assessment with that individual or that couple, and really identify what their needs are, what their strengths are, and focus on how they can become fully independent from there. After an assessment, the case manager will develop kind of a plan for that individual and work through that plan with them to make sure that they have access to community services. Since COVID, that program has really been focused on helping keep people in their homes, not get evicted. For those who may be homeless or near homeless, they've focused a lot on housing older adults in that time, with all of the changes in housing costs that have really created some barriers to seniors on fixed incomes getting or connecting with affordable housing. Through our Project Live program, we also provide limited assistance to pay for minor home repairs or safety modifications. And the focus of this is really focused on keeping individuals in their own homes for as long as they choose to be there. We work with different volunteers, either individuals or groups, whenever possible, to help us with those minor home repairs, house cleaning, decluttering, yard work, and things such as that. So we really rely on a lot of volunteers to support us in that. So it's really two prongs between volunteer support, and our case management to really support individuals where they are. I want to share an example of somebody that's been served through our program. We're going to call her Mrs. S, and Mrs. S really was struggling in a situation where she lives with her daughter, who is financially taking advantage of her. And our Project Live staff were able to work with her. Now, this has been kind of an ongoing process. It's not an overnight job usually, but working with her to move her out of her daughter's home into another location and to get her into kind of a safe place where she can thrive and start living her best life. So that was a successful transition, moving her out of her daughter's home into an apartment, actually, where she was able to get some supportive services that helped her to remain independent there, to get her help with her finances and get all that straightened out and get her protected going forward so that she does not become vulnerable to other abusive situations.
That's interesting that you get involved in that and help with that. And it's surprising that children take advantage of their parents, but the executive director, Ms. Kemp, has examples of that. I've heard the stories. Of course, no names are ever mentioned, but I'm glad you helped her out of that situation. If I needed to call somebody to get more information about this or get involved in this, is there a telephone number I can call?
Yes, individuals who might want to get referred to Project Live or might want to learn more, they can call our phone number at 865-524-2786, and that is our Office on Aging number. And they would just ask for Project Live, and we'll get them directed to the right individual.
Okay, thanks, Dottie. And we'll probably be given that number again a little later in the interview today. Thank you for sharing your stories. They make it more real. I know many people look for ways to get involved and give back to the community. I hope from this podcast you receive some calls from our listeners who want to volunteer. As you well know, just because a person retires doesn't mean he or she doesn't have a lot to share. Some of our Vista Points beneficiaries like to get out and help others, even though they're being helped. It's kind of like the circle of life. We provide help and receive help. Does CAC have a program to help homeless seniors?
We do, and we do that through a couple of different programs. Our primary one is through our Project Live program that we were just talking about, and that is where we focused a lot over the past couple of years in helping individuals who may be finding themselves homeless or nearly homeless, working to get them to stay where they are. We call that kind of eviction prevention. Maybe to keep them where they are, they just need something as simple as help cleaning their home. And that is a lot of our clients may not be able to maintain their household. And so having a service come in to do that might be the answer to keeping them in their home and keeping them from becoming homeless. And while that may seem very simple, it is quite a chore for some of our clients. We also have a program here at CAC through our Homeward Bound program that supports individuals who may need to be rehoused, may find themselves literally homeless. And that is for individuals of all ages who may need help. Maybe they're living in a shelter, living in a hotel, living in their car, or other places that are really not meant to be kind of inhabited 24 hours a day by an individual. And we really work to transition them from homelessness to permanent housing. And that is a lot of our goals with both programs in making sure that individuals can be served and that they are being taken care of.
Dottie, I bet you were covered up during COVID using these programs and all the people living out of their cars or wherever unsuitable places to live. Tell me more about the CAC neighborhood centers. What exactly are they and where are they?
Well, being a rather large county, we can't be everywhere in one location. So we're the neighborhood centers are located in various points around the city, especially. For example, we have 3 neighborhood centers. We have our East Center, our South Center, and our West Center. Our West Center is actually located off Western Avenue at 2247 Western Avenue. And our East Center is located off of Asheville Highway near the Burlington Library. And our South Center is located in South Knoxville as well. And we help individuals and families at these centers to really get connected to services that they may not know about. So they may come to one of our neighborhood centers and get help with filling out an application for assistance, helping with maybe they have questions and they don't know where to turn. So we'll connect them with community resources, we'll help them with employment and different educational opportunities as well. So these centers operate Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:45. So it's a place where individuals can go, get help, get what they need, and be connected to the community.
This is great information, Dottie. It's so important to get the word out and help Knox County citizens. With it getting colder, I can't help but think about the utility bills coming up. Does CAC offer any assistance with utility bills for our seniors?
We do. We have 3 programs that are very helpful in this way. The first one is called Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, and this helps individuals with heating and cooling assistance. So it might be that your power bill is the first thing you think of, your KUB bill or something like that. Somebody is eligible for this once a year, starting in October. So right now, we are in the midst of enrolling individuals in that program. And it's one-time help, but you can get help every year with energy assistance. We can help with immediate crisis as well. That's a little bit of a different process, but if somebody's power has just been turned off, that's definitely immediate crisis. And we try to work with that, and we work with KUB and the other power companies to really make sure that somebody is not being susceptible to the elements, especially in the wintertime. Our other program, Low Income Home Water Assistance Program, helps with paying for water and wastewater bills. So this could be current bills, it could be helping to assist with past due bills, and also helping to reconnect. This is more of a limited program that will end in March of 2024, but it is available now for older individuals and families and younger individuals as well. And the Project Help program, for anybody who may be a KUB customer, they always ask if you want to support Project Help. And that is a program that is an emergency energy assistance program. And usually it's for those who may have received a final utility notice that their power is going to be turned off, that they meet certain income guidelines, but that is there to help make sure that people are not going without heat, not going without air. It becomes a real big crisis in the winter as older individuals become susceptible to the cold more so, and in the heat of the summer as well. But it is available year round.
Project Help. Dottie, I like that. You just never know when someone may be in an emergency situation and need assistance with a utility bill. We've covered a lot of ground, but the last topic I'd like to talk about is transportation. I know there's many seniors that don't drive anymore. Across Tennessee, there's many programs that help transport people for a nominal fee. For example, in Wilson County, there's Wilson Rides, which charges $5 a ride. What transportation program does the CAC have, and how much does it cost?
We actually have 2 transportation options here at CAC, which are utilized quite widely by our older adult population. The first is CAC Transit, and really individuals use that for going to medical appointments, going to the grocery store, other really essential errands. And it's also provided to help people to get to employment and training opportunities. And there are still several individuals that we work with that are in that area that are working. We have lift-equipped vehicles that are available. And there's a process where riders do have to schedule a ride in advance. But the fee is $2 each way. So it's pretty cost effective. We really try to help with accessing community resources and services through providing transportation and providing safe transportation. So for somebody who may have some mobility challenges, the vans and buses are equipped to be able to meet their needs. And we also work in conjunction with the other transportation companies here, such as CAT, that works with those who live within the city of Knoxville service area. And so we are there to help them. If individuals are interested in getting transportation, they can call 865-524-0319. And we also have a second program that is utilized by a number of individuals who may not be able to ride public transit. And that is called Volunteer Assisted Transportation, otherwise known as VAT. And we use a lot of acronyms here at our office. But that is a program where individuals are working with trained volunteers who are taking them one-on-one to their destination. Usually, a lot of times it's medical appointments or the grocery store or the pharmacy or different social activities that they may want to go to. But the difference there is it's one-on-one assistance. We also call it door through door. So our CAC Transit may be able to pick someone up, drop them off. Our volunteer assisted transportation program can go in to the grocery store, go into the doctor's office with that individual who may be experiencing some mobility challenges or just need someone with them. And the cost of that is $3 one way or $6 round trip. And we do multiple stops as well with that program. So we have very dedicated volunteers that work to provide that service for the community.
Wow. So your fees are $2 to $6, and that's great. I know I'd hate to be homebound if I didn't have to be. You know, Vista Point's people can use their special needs trust to pay for these fees for transportation. I think it's impressive all the services Knox County CAC offers, Dottie. Would you like to share one last inspirational story with our listeners or thought for our listeners?
You know, the one thing that really comes to mind on that is I always like to make sure people know that we serve all seniors, regardless of how much income they have, regardless of their life situation, whether they have family or not, no matter where they live, we're there to help them. Now, our focus a lot of times with some of our programs is on those who aging might present kind of a hardship for, maybe those who are frail, who are homebound, those who are low income. But a lot of people don't know that we do serve all individuals. And it might be that we're just serving them through getting them connected to a community resource that'll help them, getting them connected to a senior center so they can go and get some socialization, get some health and wellness activities. But it's really a core of what we do is making sure people understand that we are here to support them and that we are here to make sure that they get connected to the help and the support that they might need as they go through their life journey.
Thanks, Dottie, for sharing this information and for being on our Vista Points Choose Your Path podcast. Our executive director was very excited that you were going to share all this information. What your organization offers is truly a blessing. Will you share with our listeners the general phone number to Knox County CAC in case they weren't taking notes?
Yes, individuals can call our office at 865-524-2786.
Do you have a website that we could visit? I mean, some of our seniors are tech savvy.
Yes, and that is the world we are going to for sure. It is knoxseniors.org.
Okay, would you give us the phone number and website once again, please, in case I couldn't find my pencil?
Yes, our phone number, you can call 865 524-2786. And our website address is knoxseniors.org. O-R-G.
Thanks, Dottie. I hope your phone will be ringing real soon with more people interested in your services. Thanks so much to our podcast listeners for tuning in to today's episode of Choose Your Path, a Vista Points podcast. Don't forget to ask your questions. If you haven't yet, I encourage you to do so. Just call the Vista Points office at 888-422-4076. That number again is 888-422-4076. Each of the Vista Points team is happy to answer your questions and assist you in whatever way they can. You can find more information about Special Needs Trust for people of any age who are living with physical, mental, or intellectual disability on our Facebook page, Vista Points Inc. That's Vista Points INC. Subscribe to the Vista Points YouTube channel. Episodes go live on the 1st and 15th of every month. The YouTube channel is named Vista Points SNT. That's SNT as in Special Needs Trust. You can also find past episodes on the Vista Points website at vistapoints.org, vistapoints.org. Just click on the podcast tab at the top of the page. It'll take you all of our podcasts. Enjoy your day with your loved one. Come back for more or look into past episodes of Choose Your Path. Regardless of where or when you find us, we walk beside you on your path. I look forward to sharing more information with you on how Special Needs Trust can be a benefit to anyone living with a disability. Cheers.